what I'm going to do for my Indian-inspired dip, see, I said it perfect then, is take some butternut squash, take some curry powder, just a little bit, take some garam masala, that's nice and aromatic, and some ground cumin. Okay, in there. I thought I'd add a little bit of ginger. Ginger's used a lot in Indian cooking. I thought about this recipe because I wanted to serve them something to begin with, and the khao sui's really pretty busy. There's a lot going on, and I wasn't sure what to serve, and I've got seafood and I've got meat, so I certainly thought that the thing that we start with should be vegetarian. So I thought, why don't we do some kind of dip? We're going to serve with some nice crudite fresh vegetables. So I just kind of thought of all the things I'd seen in India. Indians use a lot of butternut squash, and this is something I just created. So mix this all up there. I love the smell of garam masala. A little bit of olive oil. Take 2 whole cloves, leave them in their skins because you don't want them to burn, and that way they're caramelised and you just pop them out of their skins when they're cooked. And then onto a baking tray. So we're going to put that in the oven for about 40 to 50 minutes. Here's one already cooked. It's nice and tender, the squash, and just squeeze the garlic out of there. Take the squash and put it in the blender. So India also has some interesting stories. One being that I decided I would go on a camel safari. So off I trot with my flatmate Alison on a camel in the middle of nowhere with 4 other people and 4 camel herders. Let's see, a sole with some olive oil and some salt in, by the way. Also going to add some chickpeas. And the camel herders say, hey, is there anything that you would like to eat? And we all say, oh, since we've been in India, we haven't eaten any goat. So they're like, oh, no problem, we'll go and get you some goat. I'm going to add a little bit of tahini being sesame paste. And then they come out with this goat on their shoulder, and they're like, we got you some goat. And we're like, oh my God, it's alive. They're like, no problem. And then they cook us goat for the night. Amazing. The problem was the goat needs a long time to cook, and we didn't quite cook it long enough. So we were all sitting there going, like a bulldog eating a wasp, you know? And we had to kind of just swallow it because it would have been offensive to kind of pull out your mouth and, you know, bury it in the sand. But you couldn't get fresher than that, could you? You know? Okay, so in here I've got my cooked squash, I've got my caramelised garlic, I've got my tahini paste, chickpeas, lemon juice, olive oil, and all the spices. And blend. Right. I'm going to give it a little bit of a chilli kick. Take my seeds out, because otherwise the seeds make it spicy. Shush. If you really like things hot, then just leave the seeds in. Okay. Julienne chili. What we'll do, we'll just put this in, just pulse it, so we can keep the chili bits in the top. Right. So if you wanted to, you could use sweet potato instead of butternut squash. They're both pretty similar. And then you could also vary what spices you use. You could add some more turmeric, garam masala, extra garam masala, cinnamon, anything really. Once you get comfortable with these spices, you know, just experiment yourself. I'm going to serve it in a flower pot. The reason for that is that I'm going to use crudite, and everything is fresh and kind of from the garden. So I thought, well, why not? Let's keep that theme and serve it in a flower pot. It looks a lot, but obviously this is going to be for 4 people, and we're sharing, hopefully. Right. Okay, so I've got my bowl of lovely fresh veggies here. So put some carrots in, some cucumber, fennel. So this is nice and fresh and healthy because khao sui is a little bit richer, creamier, and more filling. And because it's Indian, what we're going to do is we're going to add some jaggery bits of poppadoms, and then we need to add some soil, and we'll use some black sesame seeds for that, so it looks like dirt. So there we go, that's going to be great to serve to my guests. It's my Indian-inspired butternut squash dip with crudite and poppadoms.